Look, it's shaking.
I am 50 shades of me. Okay, 50 shades of me. Every time I do something, I'm questioning, like, yo, are you? You know, I submitted a short story. Have I ever written a short story? No. Like, I submitted something. I submitted my first short story last year. Mm-hmm. And I'm here trying to fit like this saga that I got in my brain into a short story just for an opportunity.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, but can I even write right now? And the dopest thing, and I think it's literally a metaphor for life, is like, I have a new friend group. They knew now because it's been a year, basically. Mm-hmm. But like, they're editors and they're poets and they like know things and went to school for stuff and whatever. And I'm just here like, y'all can read my stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm a good writer. You know, these people have told me that I'm not. Mm-hmm. Because, hello, I speak multiple languages. And so I speak in passive voice. Why? Because English is raggedy and it don't have all of the things that I'm used to doing.
Right.
And so I'm like, I don't even know if I'm a good writer. And they're like, that's what editors are for, sis. And I'm like, what you mean?
That you give them what you got and then they make it pretty.
And I was like, yo, like, y'all really do that? And they're like, the people that you have seen published have hideous first drafts.
Hideous.
We come in and we're like, these are all of the ways we could shine it up, pretty it up, remove a couple of things, add a couple of things that's missing here. I'm like, so I got the big idea and you come in and you make my thing publishable.
Listen, ain't that something?
And I'm like, you need yourself to do the work, but you also need to allow the universe to put people in your life to raise you up. Listen, allow yourself to be supported.
Absolutely. I and it's funny, and no shade, because I love him. He's a fellow Virgo, but I keep saying I am not going to fall into the Tyler Perry syndrome. He writes everything, and now you can tell, you know what I'm saying? Because it starts to become redundant sometimes. And he, like, I watch some of his stuff sometimes, I'm like, man, that would have been great if you
right.
That's why now he's great in his own lane.
And I also think that's part of the lack of success, though. Like, although he's where he is, it's kind of like us right now. We're doing our things, and when we can reach out and get help, we'll get help. But it's like, I'm so used to being in this little office writing alone to get to the dream. It's like, I look up and I don't even realize I am where I prayed to be.
Right.
And like, I can get support now. Like, I can accept ease. Like, I don't have to be hustling so hard to get where I'm going, because
listen, season, like I said, back to season 2, like I was blessed to have 2 writers come on my team, because I am not mentally in a space where, now I've been writing other stuff, but I'm not mentally in a space where I could just sit down and write a full season of something, of anything, but specifically past due, because it's just, I'm not there. So to have 2 people be like, yo, you're dope, I like what you're doing, I want to join your team, and we're going to make this pop, and y'all just going to come to me, and y'all going to have a story, and all I got
that's so crazy.
Yay, nay, yay. That's fucking, like, I'm so fucking excited about it. I'm like, damn, now I actually feel left out, because they're in their own little writer's room. I'm like, wait, but invite me so I can see what y'all doing. Like,
yeah.
But of course, we meet also, but like, they're gonna be working together to do the season, and I'm just so excited about it. But to be at, I have fucking writers. I have writers.
Period.
And so that's so amazing. And they're so dope for even believing in me enough to be like, yo, I want to be, connected to you in this way. And so that's
like, sometimes now I get DMs from like literary magazines like, hey, we want to read your work, and I'm like, Y'all know who I
Y'all know me.
let me send something real quick. And it's literally allow the space for people to come in and lead you to your journey. That's literally the universe working for you. Mm-hmm. You know, God ain't against you.
Right.
It's just sometimes we're so blinded by our human experience of like, you know, being on the hamster wheel, doing the same stuff, thinking small, letting the universe, like the society, not the universe, but like people's fears be projected and latching onto you. That it's like there's no space for the universe to come in and be like, hey, I got you. Mm-hmm. And it's also like I do have to recognize the privilege that there is in being able to tap into some of the parts of creative work and saying, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get here. If I gotta just drop everything and move somewhere else and make this shit happen, that's what I'm gonna do. And that is literally what our ancestors fought for.
Mm-hmm. And it's such a freeing experience to just be like, nope, don't want to do that. Let me gather my shit and go.
And I feel like, you know, I could see a whole bunch of like my ancestors like, yeah, like let's do that. We could have say that, mm-hmm. You know. And so it's like literally going for your dreams, however intangible they are, as crazy as it feels. Like the madness is worth it.
Absolutely. Like I would not trade this feeling for the world. I would not trade any of my experiences. Like it all led me to this moment, and to just be in a place where I finally recognize that I have been the one holding me back, and now I can set myself free. That shit just feels so good. And I was saying today I was gonna do like a little video, but I did not publish it. I deleted it because I didn't like how the lighting was hitting me. But I want to re-record, and I will. But I was talking about, even because we said outside forces sometimes also can contribute to that feeling of lack, whether it's directly or indirectly. And I'm just such in a place where I'm like, yo, I am so grateful for all the motherfuckers who slept on me, all the motherfuckers who missed me when I was good to their monkey asses. Like, thank you.
Say that shit.
Thank you
Say that shit.
Because today I'm in a place where, like, I know you done messed around and let a motherfucker figure out her worth. You know what I'm saying? You done messed around and let me figure out that I am meant to be every fucking thing. And I'm in a place where now I'm not ever going back. And so that shit feels so fucking good to be in that space. And to just be able to say that and legitimately like even I just got chills when I said it, because it's like I really feel that shit. Like, thank you for all of that time that it took me to set my boundaries, to set my goals, to walk in the fear. I'm not out of the fear. The fear is
we walking with it.
It's walking right now.
We're like Denzel Washington in that movie, in The Shadow of Death.
Right. It's still fucking next to me, but that motherfucker is on the leash. I'm walking the fear. You know what I mean?
Like you stay in the shadows, I'm gonna be here in the sunlight.
I got this. You know what I mean? So it's just I'm so fucking grateful. Like the shit that just over the last 2 years, 3 years that have made me like shed tears. Like I can sit back and just be like, yo, like that was setting me up for success. Like, like, thank you. Like, I'm fucking on panels and I don't like people. I don't like to talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing fucking TikToks and I am an introvert.
And they're very good.
Thank you. To be this person when I've never felt like that person, you know? Just to show up like Crystal, you know what I mean? To show up as Crystal and not the Crystal or the experience that has been portrayed, but authentically. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is fucking gold. So it's about to be a lot of motherfuckers mad. You have awakened the motherfucking beast. Thank you. That's yeah.
The biggest, what's the irony of it all? That anyone who either depleted us, took us for granted, made us feel small, they all saw how big and how vast we are. And they're like, nah, she finna leave me behind. Let me try to contain the magic so it doesn't spill over into whatever it is that she's supposed to be for as long as I can.
But if they were smart, they would have let it spill over onto them. Because when you magic, you get a little bit of residue.
Don't try to take it out of me vampirically.
Right.
Because when you a vampire, you only get in two little pieces of my neck. You're not getting the whole thing.
Right.
And so it's like you're not even getting enough. You're taking enough for me not to move forward. And so it's like now I'm in a space where it's like, wow, thanks. I know the places where I grow and I can flourish and I can be gentle and easeful, and I get it back. Because I've worried a lot about if I'm not with so and so, or if I'm not in this space, where will I get that from? Where will I get love from? It's literally a valid question that I ask. I'm like, I've loved this person for so long. Where will I put that love? And it's like,
into your
the universe is like, here are people who actually give a fuck about you. Here are some dope ass friendships. Here is intimacy in all of the ways that you never received them. Pour some to yourself. Other people have chosen themselves. Why not choose you? And I've literally had the most fulfilling relationships that I've ever encountered throughout all of this time. And that feels so, I literally tear up every other day just by being poured into in a way that sometimes I don't even feel like I'm worthy of. And it's like, I'm just existing.
I'm just here.
And they're like, you give us so much just by existing. And I'm like, man, that's so dope.
That's so dope, right? To even know that somebody feels that way is such a dope experience, especially when you're, not to say that you're not trying, but you're existing,
Yeah, you just sitting, being yourself, cracking jokes, not cracking jokes. And it's like, nah, you give me so much. And I'm just like, but I haven't done anything.
Anything. Right.
What else do you need to do?
Yeah. It's
you woke up worthy of all of the blessings. You were born worthy, right? To have all of the blessings. There's nothing else you need to do to be worthy. To get there, you gotta put work, but it's already yours. You don't have to prove that it's yours to anyone. And that is my brain just blows up every time I think about it. I'm literally existing.
Yeah. This, like I said, this year has just been such a time, eye-opening time, because literally I'm just here, and to know people, I was referred to you from such and such and such and such and this, that, and third. It's like, wait, people know me.
Yeah, phone calls. Hey, I thought of you for this opportunity. What? In this room?
And that is the dopest thing. And
it's such a good thing.
Black women are fucking unmatched, I will say, because literally, I want to say a good 75 to 85% of the opportunities that I've had in the last few months have been because someone said my name in a